All right, what's up, everybody? This is your boy, Big Southern. Yeah, let me turn the air down a little bit. All right, so to get right to the point, today I just walked into my job and I quit. Not to be funny, I'm being for real. Not even 5 minutes ago, I'm out fresh. Went in there, talked to the supervisor, talked to the people that I work with and everything like that, said goodbyes, all that good stuff. But walked in there and quit. And not because I was mad, not because I was hating my job, disgruntled, anything like that. I quit because I felt like the longer I stay there, the longer I keep going through the motions, the longer I just keep doing that same old move, is the longer I'm gonna be using it as a crutch, using it as a excuse or whatever you want to call it, to not pursue, the things that I love in life or pursue things that I'm trying to do in life. And a lot of people may say, oh, you stupid, this, that, and other, or you crazy, you just quit and all that other stuff. But I've been working for too long. I done worked all kind of jobs. And I had jobs that I really loved, and I had jobs that I really couldn't stand, and then jobs that was just death. And then even jobs that were paying really good and jobs that wasn't paying a damn thing. But I say all that to say this, is that I still did those jobs because I was trying to follow the tradition of making sure I take care of my responsibilities, make sure I take care of, my family and all that stuff. Which is fine, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I realized and noticed that I never had a love for no job I ever had. Never had a love for being there all odd hours, working overtime, and when it came to working overtime, I would cringe because I would be invested in my dreams or daydreaming about making myself better or making a better way or doing something amazing and not doing it. And I'm not 100% invested mentally at that job because 75% of my mental was outside of the job. I was thinking about what I can do once I get off, or what I can do to make this or do this or invest in this or whatever. And 25% was there at the job, and I was there, and even though I learned my job and I knew what I was doing and learned the job well and had respect for people and people had respect for me and was a leader and all that other stuff, been supervisor before, at the same time I was just going through the motions. I've been going through the motions for years. And I'm at the point now where I'm tired of going through the motions on anything. If I'm gonna go through the motions, it's gonna be going through the motions on what I want to do in life, my photography, my music, acting, whatever, my podcast, but just growing something, creating a brand, growing it, and creating something for me. Many times, a lot of us out here, I know we have to do what we have to do. You do what you gotta do. But at the same time, you have to find some time, some way to have something for yourself. Because just because you have a good job today don't mean you can have a good job tomorrow. I know too many people that have been on jobs for 10, 20 plus years, and then one day they go in and the job say, hey, we don't need you no more. Or hey, we can't keep you anymore. Hey, yeah, here's your severance. All right, go out there and find you something. Good luck. And I'm just at the point where I don't even want to wait around for nothing like that. I'd rather go and create my own. I'd rather go grow my own. I'd rather go build my own. And, this is me being serious. But it's a time. My family is behind me. And my family being behind me, that's all that matters. I don't really need to explain myself to anybody, but I'm only doing that to hopefully motivate some people out there to follow your dreams, follow your passion. You know, if you're gonna make money, go make money in something that you love, not something that you love because of the money. You know, if that makes sense. Because you make you $20 an hour, $30 an hour, $40 an hour, $50 an hour, whatever it is. If you're only at that job because of the money, or you only at the job because you get that check every week or every 2 weeks or every month, and that's the only reason why you keep going back, then I don't know. What kind of life is that? You know what I mean? And then you look up 10, 20 years later, and man, I wish I could have, I wish I would have, or whatever. And I understand everybody got to pay bills and stuff like that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you, at least if you're working and you have that really good job and you're getting real good money and you have aspirations to do things, take the money that you're making at that time and save it, invest it into what you want to do, you know. And say you put aside a plan to work for 10 years, and then you're gonna save the money that you need and you're gonna invest in yourself, and then after 10 years you walk away from that job, but you have the money to go invest in what you really want to do. That's all great. But if you're there and you invested in that job just to be at that job, and you don't love doing that job, but you complain every day about that job, boy, I sure need this money, but I can't stand this goddamn job. But they pay me. But that ain't what I want in life. That's not what I'm trying to be about. Not at all. And then everything comes to a head, you know, especially with me. It's been many times I done been at jobs and I done gave it my all and did all the extra footwork and stayed after and did everything they asked, just for them to want to fire me because they said I was too much of a inspiration, I was too much of a motivator to the other workers, but in a negative way. I was talked too much, they said. I motivated them too much to be better, or I always had something to say about the job. And in reality, it was me trying to make the job better, to make the job easier for the workers that was there, that I was working alongside. Ain't that what you're supposed to be about? Ain't that you're supposed to be at a job and you're supposed to come up with ideas and ways to make the job easier, not harder for the workers. You make it easier. But I found myself trying to make the job easier all in vain. When they didn't want to make it easier, they wanted to make it harder. And as they say, you know, work smart, not hard. But they wanted to work hard, not smart. Been several jobs like that. Several jobs. And they always want you to do the same old thing. They want you to do what I tell you to do. Yeah, but if I'm doing what you're telling me to do and it's making my job harder, and on top of that, I still see that production can be better, can improve, numbers can get better, but you don't want to hear me only because you didn't come up with the idea, or you don't want to hear me only because, you know, it's going to make you look bad, or it's hurting your feelings. When you know you have an influence on the people, when you have more, they have more respect for you than they have for their own manager or their own supervisor. And you just a regular worker like them. They come to you for the answers because they know their manager don't have the answers. Because their manager didn't go through the work. They didn't put in the work. They didn't figure it out like I did. And this is not to gloat on myself, but every job I've ever had, I've exceeded expectations. I done came up with ways and methods to make the job easier that they still using today that I never got credit for. And that ain't gonna be the case no more. Whatever I come up with it, whatever I do, whatever I make, it's gonna be beef from now on. I don't care if I gotta crash and burn, I'm gonna crash and burn in my own shit, but I'm gonna make my way. I'm gonna make my way, my way. I'm gonna do it my way. And now I'm ready to invest in myself from here on out. Because I ain't going back. I ain't going back to a 9 to 5. I refuse. At least right now, this next few years, I refuse. I'm gonna retire from the work industry and concentrate on my own business, my own industry. Being a filmmaker, being a photographer, being a music artist, being a private investor. I want to build on those things that I have already going in my life, that I know I can excel at if I have the time. And never being able to have the time to invest in myself because I would be too tired from working all those damn hours at a job that I wouldn't get appreciated at a job where even though I work 60 hours this week, next week can I get a day off because I just need to rest? Well, no, because you don't have no vacation time or you don't have enough time. Or, fuck all that, man. So somebody's gonna tell me how to work, when to work, when to go to lunch, what days I can take off. You start breaking all that shit down. This is for me. This is not for everybody else. But for me, when I start breaking all that shit down, it aggravates me. It frustrates me. And I know no matter what I'm doing, whatever business I create, I'm still gonna have to have hours that I'm gonna have to operate. But at least I will be able to control those hours in some aspect. At least I'll be able to say, hey, today, son, go take time out. Go be with your family. Go take them somewhere. Go spend time. Or go take your damn self somewhere and spend time with yourself so you can gather your thoughts, so you can refresh, reboot, do whatever. And not have to be like, oh, well, boss, man, I need to take some time off. Well, you know what? You got to put in your application, or you got to put in your request to take time that you already accumulated over the many, many months and years. But I still got to put in a request to take them shits off. Fuck all that, man. Fuck all that. But anyway, this is supposed to be a short little, PA. But I got a whole lot more shit I can talk about. Maybe I need to just, put this shit in my podcast. But right now, it is what it is. And even driving past right now, I'm driving past one of my old jobs where same people are out there. Same people are doing the same shit. That job, they're doing the same damn thing. And ain't no telling how many more people done walked in there and then walked back out. Because they tired. So many people quit my first year at that place. It was ridiculous. They come in, stay a couple of weeks, a month, and then they gone. And I was like, man, I can't do that. I gotta be here. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. But they was ahead. They was ahead of their time. They was like, I ain't gonna put up with this bullshit. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna look out for me. And I never really just looked out for me and what I really, really wanted. But now is the time. Today is the day. It is July the 13th at 1 o'clock or 1:10 in the evening. Just so y'all can mark it. Today is the day that I'm about to do me from here on out. No matter what I gotta do, how I gotta go get it, I gotta get it, you know what I mean? I gotta do me. So, but anyway, I will holler at y'all. Got some more things I gotta do. Got people to see and moves to make. But y'all stay blessed. And if you have dreams, you have aspirations to do anything, don't let nobody steal your joy. Don't let nobody try to kill your dream. Don't let nobody ever try to talk you out of doing whatever you want to do. Especially if you're young, go do that shit. Go do it now. So that way you can at least say, hey, I did try. But there ain't never a cap or age limit on what you can do in life. Don't never let nobody tell you. Whenever you decide that you got it in you to go get it, go get it. I don't care if you're 20, 40, 60, 80, 155. Shit, go do that. Because only you got to live with the repercussions of either making it or the repercussions of not making it. Either way, the repercussions is there. And the regret of not trying, especially when you know you have a talent or you have something that you can put out into the world and make a way for yourself and create a living for yourself doing what you love to do, then God damn it, go do it. So y'all have a blessed day. I love y'all. There's gonna be many more of these videos coming. There's gonna be a whole lot more content coming. My music, my photography, my videography, all that stuff. Everything is about to start rolling this shit up. I'm about to become a snowball. I'm about to roll it up. Houston, H-Town, I'm coming. Yeah. Do what y'all do. Y'all have a good one. I'll holler at y'all.